The Book of Genesis. Introduction. The word Genesis comes from the Greek language and signifies beginning or origin. The book explains the origins of the world and Israel's place in it. Genesis narrates sacred history from its commencement at the time of creation and rounds it off with the account of the Israelites' descent into Egypt. The book can be neatly divided into two parts. The first part is the primeval history, chapters 1 to chapter 11, and the second part is the patriarchal history, chapters 12 to chapter 50. Genesis chapter 1 and 2 portray creation as it came from the Creator's hand, that is, in a perfect state. All human needs were provided for, and man, woman, and God lived together in perfect harmony. They trusted each other and enjoyed each other's company, walking together in the Garden of Eden in the cool of the day. This golden age was abruptly brought to an end by human disobedience when Adam and Eve ate the forbidden fruit. This disobedience and rebellion led to their expulsion from the garden. Worse and more widespread sin led to the destruction of mankind by the flood. Yet, God started again with a new race headed by the righteous Noah. Unfortunately, Noah faltered and his son Ham sinned as well, and the process of sin enslaving mankind was repeated over and over, culminating in the dispersal of the nations at Babel. God started anew with Abraham, the forefather of Israel, and Genesis shows how God planned to restore the human race through him and his descendants. Patriarchal history is essentially the history of God's promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose descendants will inherit the land of Canaan. It should be noted that the sacred history transpires on two levels, the divine and the human. On the human level, the sacred history involves sin. For example, Jacob cheats his brother Isaac, and his wife Rachel steals her father's idols. But in spite of sin, God's designs go ahead, for in the final analysis, it is not the human will, but the Lord's will that reigns supreme. What is truly amazing is the frequency with which the motive of blessing appears in this book. The whole humanity is blessed. Then, as we go along, Adam, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph receive blessings. Genesis is also a story of faith. The story of Abraham's trust has always been central to biblical theology. God's absolute lordship over history is strongly stressed in the book.